Hi, it's Mary. Welcome to the Paper Turtle. Today I am so excited to be starting on this project. This is something that I'm just really excited about, and I don't know, my mind just went blank. I'm making today. I'm making two journals, and these two journals are going to be for me, one for me and one for my granddaughter. And I'll tell you the story of that kind of as we go along. But I want to get started on actually making the journals because um, I don't want to. I don't want to do a lot of chit chat, and I don't want to waste time because I don't know how much time this is going to take. So anyway, I am making these journals out of Amazon envelopes. This was the first one that I grabbed, and this is the size of the envelope that it came in. It says M2 on it. I don't know if that's like a Amazon code, or I don't know what that means. But anyway, I thought folded in half that this would make a good sized journal for what I want. And folded in half, the journal will measure 6 by about 9, about 9.5. So I think that that's a good little size. And I'm using the Amazon mailer because I like the crunch and I want it to be a soft journal. And then the second one that I grabbed, I don't know what the number on it was because I cut it because it was bigger. So I just cut it down to the same size so that I have two of the same size journals. So that's what I'm starting with, is the Amazon envelope. I'm going to put in, this is 3/4 of an inch wide, and this is going to be my spine. I was a little bit hesitant about putting an actual spine in because I want it really flexible and soft. But I decided I'm going to do it just to give it that little bit of structure right on the spine, I think. Yes, Mary, that's what you decided to do. That's what you're doing. So that's what I'm working on. What I've chosen, I have this fabric. It's going to be the outside cover. Isn't that pretty? I think that is just so pretty. And this fabric is going to be inside the journal. So I think that they go pretty well together, right? Not that you're going to see them butting up against each other, but I think that'll work. And then the other journal is going to have this, which way is it go? This way. For the outside, I just love toiles. I don't know why, I just love them. I like looking at them. I think when I was a little kid, somebody, I think, had toile curtains. I don't know if it was my mother or my grandmother or somebody. I think, I could be remembering like completely wrong because I was little. And I can remember looking at the curtains and looking at the people and the sceneries and kind of like making up stories. I don't know if that's in my head or I don't know. But for some reason that's in my head. So that's going to be the outside of that one. And then this here, which is in 2 pieces because it wasn't big enough. This is going to be the inside of this one. And I think that they go together pretty well. So those are the 2 journals that I am working on today. And I'm going to get started, and I have to like think about it carefully because I've only done one other journal like this, and I kind of forgot a couple of things. But that's what happens. You know, you make a journal and you learn from the one that you make, and then the next one you remember those things that you learned and you do it a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. That's what I tell myself anyway, to make it less traumatic for me. So what I'm doing is, first I'm going to put the spine in the middle. Yes, that's what I'm doing first. I'm still questioning myself if I want that spine in there, or if I just want the soft back. I'm really, boy, I wish you could talk to me. What would you do? Would you make the spine? Because then it'll be like this. And it won't be as flexible. I think I'm going to leave the spine off. Let me show you the other one that I did. I'm talking to you like this, like you can answer me. I wish that you could. This is the other soft one that I did. And did I put any kind of spine in there? Yes, I feel like there's light cardboard in there. But it's very, you know, it's soft. It's moldable. Maybe this is too thick. Maybe I'm overthinking it and I need to just do it and see what it comes of it. That's, Mary, put the spine in. That's what you thought of first. Just do it. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the center of the thing here, and I'm going to mark it on the top, and I'm going to mark it on the bottom. And I'm just going to draw a line. This is just so that I get put the spine right in the middle. So there's my center. And I'm going to just center the spine right on there. Don't hesitate. Mary, do it. Do you do that? Do you write when you're ready to make something and you're right in the middle of it? Do you question yourself as to whether you're doing the right thing? I don't know why we must do that to ourselves. We need to have, I say we like you're in the same ball game here, but if you are, we need to have a little more confidence in our own decision making and our own, I don't know, creativity, I guess. Because what we come up with is good. We do have good ideas, so and we have to be confident in that. Because we'll never get anywhere if we're not a little bit confident in what it is that we're doing. So here's the second one. In case you missed the first one, I am marking the center. And excuse any noises you might hear. I have the windows open because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day here in sunny Florida today. And I'm not outside. which I probably should be, but my husband is off playing golf, and when he goes to play golf, that's like my time for uninterrupted crafting. So I take advantage of that, and I come in here and I play. I am missing out on some beautiful weather out there, but tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow will be just as nice as today, I believe. So we'll get out and do something tomorrow. Although I have to do a little bit of shopping because I got my mother's birthday, my husband's birthday, and Valentine's Day in just a couple of days, and I have nothing for either one of them. And I should have done that. I should have done it, you know, a week ago. But that's always been me. I've always procrastinated. I'm such a procrastinator about everything. Okay. So I've thought about how to do this. So I hope I get all my steps down right. Because when I did the other one, I forgot some things. One of the things that I forgot was the bag. The envelope. How could I forget that? That's like the whole basis of the journal. But what I did on that other one, I just took 2 pieces of fabric and sewed them together. It's fine. It's just doesn't have as much structure as these are going to have, but it's okay. Kind of silly though that I completely forgot that. All right, so this is going to go right on here. And what I'm going to do after I get the fabrics on is I am going to sew around it. So this just needs to be on here kind of lightly. I mean, it needs to be adhered in the middle, but oh gosh, I almost put it on upside down. That's the right way. Looks much better, doesn't it? A lot brighter. Okay. So I'm going to lay this down, right side down. And I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm going to use this glue, and I'm going to use a card to spread. All right, now, come on. I know there's glue in here. If I have to go to the big bottle, it's not going to come out good. Can't get that big bottle to work good at all. Now, I'm going to spread this so that I don't have lines and bumps. I don't want anything, in case it does show, I don't want it to show through the fabric. I want it to be nice and smooth. That's what this is for. So it just kind of spreads that glue around. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. Now I probably have a little bit more fabric than I need on here, but that's okay too. And then I'm just going to smooth it right out. Now I haven't decided on decorating the covers yet. I'm going to keep these fairly simple. Okay. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. All right, so that's going to be the cover, the front cover. Now on the back cover, before I put the fabric in, I want to put in the the tie. And I'm going to use this. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wait, that's blue and the fabric you're putting in is green. I thought of that. Because, see, it'll be like this. But you're really not going to see the tie a whole lot from the inside. You're going to see it from the outside. And if you look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I think it just goes so beautifully. All right, so I'm going to just cut a length of this long enough that I'll be able to tie it when it's closed, and I can shorten it if it's too long, but I would rather it be too long than too short, because, well, then you can't make it longer, right? All right. And this, I'm just going to put it right in the middle. I believe that's the middle. Where's my little ruler? You don't have to be this exact. I don't have to be this exact. For this is about middle right here. And I'm trying to think of what glue I want to use. I think I'll use this one for this. Is this one I want to put this down? I have to think this through a little bit. Oh, shoot. Well, the glue says I do. All right, I do, but I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I have to think this through as I do it, because if I don't need that glue there. If I rush it and I don't think about it as I go through it, then I'm gonna mess it up, and I don't want to mess these up. Okay. The reason that I'm not going all the way to the end is because I still have to pull this fabric up. Maybe I should have done that first, but on the other one, I'll do that first, I guess. Yeah, probably should have done that first, but that's okay. That's all right. We're gonna talk our way through this. I'm like, so, I don't know, still so very inexperienced at doing these that I get nervous making them, especially on camera. Like, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. So I tend to get a little scared. I'm scared. All right. I'm going to try to get this to work. Last time I used it, I couldn't get it to work very well. You can hear the air in there. Come on. It goes, comes down just so far, but I've cleared it. See, when I stick the pin in, it has glue on it. Well, that was a little bit of a lump, so maybe it's stuck. It's just not, I don't know what's wrong with this. It's like almost a full bottle of glue. Every time I try to use it, I have to fiddle around with it. I don't really have time for that. And then this bottle is almost empty. I think I have more. I'll have to see if I have another little bottle. I like the little bottles better than the big bottle because it's so much easier to handle. But I got that big bottle like at a thrift store or a estate sale or something. So I bought it because it was cheap. So I guess that's what you get when you try to go too cheap. So these journals, these two journals that I'm making, one is for me and one is for my granddaughter. And I'll let her pick which one she wants. And the reason I'm making us journals is because we are going on a trip this summer. Her and I, well, and her bunch of people from her school, to Greece. I am so excited. I've never been out of the country except to Canada when I was a kid. And I haven't like been on a big vacation in years. I think since I moved to Alaska, and that was probably about 12 years ago. And I get to do this with my granddaughter. And I'm so excited about it. She goes to a charter school that is Greek based. I'm not sure exactly how charter schools work, but I know that they all have like some kind of concentration or theme or something. I don't know, but this one is Greek, and she's been learning Greek for several years now. She's 14, by the way, and she's going into high school, and she's like super smart, and she's going to she just found out she got accepted into the collegiate school, which means she's actually going to be going to high school on the campus, on the college campus, and will be earning college credits, and will graduate from high school with an associate's degree. Is that awesome? That's like, I'm so stinking proud of this girl. And so neither one of her parents, she didn't want to go to Greece by herself. And neither one of her parents could go. So they asked me if I wanted to go. I didn't even have to think about it. I was like, absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. And you don't have to ask me twice because yes. So yeah, I'm like so super excited about it. And so I decided I would make us each a small journal, not a big journal. I don't want it to be you know, too big to take with us. I don't want it to be like overwhelming, and I don't want her to feel like she has to do anything in it. And if she doesn't want to use it for the trip, she can use it for whatever. But I'm gonna use mine for the trip to keep track of, you know, like what we do every day and where we go and what we see and all of that stuff. So that is what these journals are for. And I'm not going to overly decorate them. And I don't even have like much stuff pertaining to Greece. That's just not something that I have accumulated for any reason. So I'm going to be looking for some little things, more to like tuck in the pockets and stuff, so that when she does go to use it, if she wants to use those things to decorate it, she can, or me. So it's not going to be super decorated to begin with, because, you know, we might write in it, or we might put pictures in it, or we might put brochures, or menus, or whatever little trinkets we might collect along the way, or, you know, there's like so many things we can do with it that I don't want to overly decorate them. All right, so here, now we're ready for this part. And I think I'm going to cut this down just a little bit, because I think that I would like a little bit of the cover showing. So I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. And I am using pinking shears. So let's see, probably like about here. Oh, is this exciting for you, or what? Yeah, that's good. I like that. And then the side, I'll do it here. Let's see if I can cut this straight. You know how I am. It's a little awkward because I'm like bumping up against my camera holder thingy here. That's not straight. Oh, Mary. It's like super crooked. I am so bad at that. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Now it's going to be even more crooked. Yeah. All right, I'm just living with it. Gotta live with that. All right. It's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It doesn't go there. All right. Now I am going to, like I said, I am going to sew this around the edge. Didn't mean to put all that there. Oh my, lots and lots of glue. Whew. Glad I got the window open. I can smell this. Probably too much, but It's not too much because it's not covering the whole thing. But when you're going to sew, you don't need every inch covered with the glue. So it's not as big a deal to have the glue on everything. Boy, I really cut that crooked down there on the bottom. Ugh. That's one thing I wish I could master, is cutting straight. I'm just going to kind of push it in a little bit along the spine. I'm going to have to train it to fold, I think. Oh yeah, I'm glad I went with the spine. I think that'll help it. I scared myself for a minute. I'm like, oh, I put it on upside down. It's okay, Mary. Flip it over. Flip it over. You don't have any paper in there yet. It's okay. Sometimes I kill myself. Okay, there's number one. Hey, that didn't come out too bad, did it? That's not bad. And I'm gonna sew. Yeah, I kind of like it. Now when I sew, should I sew here too? Or should I just sew around the outside? I'll do it around the outside and then I'll look at it and see what I think. A little bit of wrinkling right there, but I'm okay with that. I think that's all right. All right, so there's that one. That's going to dry. So let's do this one. Where am I? I put this in. I was going to do the front first this time. The other time I did the tie first. I'm going to do the front first, fold it in, and then put the tie on. That is what I'm doing. So here's my front. I'm going to lay it face down. Glue. Okay, so in case you missed it the first time, I've cut my fabric a little bit bigger than my cover. You can see, so that I can fold it over. And then, wait, was I going to do that with this one? I got to think about this. I have to think about that because my fabric for the inside of this is not all one piece. And I was thinking I was going to do something different with it on the inside. What was I going to do? I have to look at it once I get this on here because I feel like, I do feel like there was something that I was going to do differently because of that. Think about that. But when you put this glue on and then once you spread it, it really feels like there's hardly any glue on there. But it's there. I think that's enough since I'm going to sew it. What was I going to do? Regardless of what I was going to do, the cover has to go on here now, so. That's so pretty. I just love this fabric. I have a huge piece of this. It's upholstery fabric, so it's heavy. It's so nice. Does that look like grease to you? I don't know if it looks Greek or not. I know nothing about grease. I'm going to be doing some research on it just to kind of get a feel for, you know, the culture and what's there and kind of what to expect and stuff. I don't know. My granddaughter, like I said, she's been studying it for several years. So she knows a bit more. And she can speak a little bit of Greek, but... Okay, so now, here was my dilemma on this one. My piece was not... I didn't have one piece big enough to be able to do this. So I cut it in half. I didn't cut it in half. I used 2 pieces. And I think I was debating how I wanted to do it, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to do it the same way. Yeah, I'm just doing it the same way because I don't know. I don't know how else I would do it. Okay. I know that some people do their corners like this different. But this fabric, like I said, is kind of heavy. So I don't want the... Like, I could turn this corner in like this and then do this down like this and then do this over like this. But that's a lot of bulk right there. So I want to eliminate some of that bulk. So I'm cutting the corner off. And I think the other one came out okay doing it this way. I had the one corner I trimmed a little bit more, but I think it's all okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm like I've said, I'm super excited about this trip. I cannot wait. It may not seem like a big deal to some of you, but like I've never been out of the country. And the thing is, my husband has like no desire to travel out of the country. He first of all, he doesn't like to fly. And it's not because he's afraid to fly, it's because he's not in control. I know that sounds weird, but I mean, he admits that. And it's because he was a cop, and he was the kind of cop that was always in control of situations. And to be at someone else's mercy on an airplane is not... That's not him. You know what I mean? He, like, not allowed to bring weapons, and he's the kind of person that he carries a weapon because that's what he does. That's who he is. He's a protector. So anyway, that was probably TMI about my husband. But so that's the reason I haven't traveled much, is because my husband doesn't really have too much interest in traveling. There's a couple places he'd like to go, but he's already seen a lot of places. He was in the military, and he traveled to a lot of places. And so it doesn't have that same allure for him. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this side. That's what happens when I'm talking. So I haven't gotten to travel a whole heck of a lot. Plus, we never really had the money to do it. And my son is paying for this trip for me. Oh my goodness, do you believe it? He's awesome. He's so awesome. So anyway, yeah, so for me, it's a big deal to be able to do this. And I'm like just so excited. Of course, first thing everybody's like, do you have a passport? Yes, I have a passport. Husband and I got passports a couple years ago because we were going on a trip up north. To us, up north is to New England. And we, at the time, were planning on possibly going to Canada, because he's never been to Canada. And we ended up not going for some reason. But the county here was having a passport day where you could go and do your picture and get your passport and do it all at one time. And so we decided to do that. So we have passports ready to go. So it's pretty cool that I never thought I'd have this opportunity like this to just go to Greece, you know. I don't know. To me, it's an exotic place. It's for those of you who are world travelers, it's probably not a big deal, but it is to me. You guys, I'm older. I'm I have a granddaughter who's 16 years old, so you know, I'm not like a young person, and I've lived my whole life and never been out of the country. So you got to understand why it's such a big deal for me. I don't like how this corner came out. Let me play with it, see if I can fix it a little bit. See how it's got this? It's like this isn't pulled up enough. There. And there. That's good. Very sticky. Everything is sticky. And I have to wait for the glue to dry before I sew these. All right, now the tie. The tie that I picked up for this one is this, which I love. And I was debating between this and a red. But I decided the red was too much red. That this is just right. I think this is going to be like way more than I need. The thing with this one is it's stretchy, so I have to be careful not to actually stretch it. Okay, where's my center? Right about here or so. And again, when I sew this in, it will help hold this in. I thought about just putting like a little bit like from here out, but when I really thought about it, I thought, no, this will give it more stability. So if we do have a lot of stuff in it and we have to tie it a little tighter, this is not going to come out. Okay, there's that. Now this, and I need to put the one down with the straight edge first. And I think I want to do the same thing. can have a little bit of this red showing. So I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. Try to do it straight this time. Yeah, it's okay. My bottle's getting empty. Maybe I can try to transfer some of the glue from that big bottle into the little bottle, so it's easier to handle and it'll flow better. Maybe I'll try doing that. Make sure I have it going the right direction. I know this leaves a lump, but I'm not real concerned with that either. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fabric being a little bit wrinkled on there. We have to always remember these are junk journals. Junk journals. These are not perfection journals. So it's okay. You know, this one, I'm going to trim a little bit again. Oh my goodness, please let me do this one straight too. Okay, now, when I do this, it's not... I guess it's okay. This is like super crooked. Let's see if I can trim this. I don't know why I'm trying to do this. You know I can't get this straight. Is that any better? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It's not as crooked. It's fine, Mary. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Do you do that? You have to tell yourself, stop that. Stop overthinking. Stop worrying about it. Just do it. I have to do that constantly to myself. It's like I'm always questioning myself. And I have to stop questioning myself. I hear a siren. We never hear sirens out here. Where I lived in the city, oh my God, sirens constantly. constantly. Fire trucks, police cars, ambulances, everything constantly. We lived kind of like in between two major roads. There were like, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks from one major road to the next major road, and we lived in the middle of the two major roads. So there was constant sirens. And down the road was a fire station. So it was just always, plus it was like, well, there were busy roads actually on all 4 sides of us a few blocks away, now that I'm thinking about it. So there, it was just constant sirens and noise, and oh my God. Could not wait to get out of the city. I am so not a city girl. Ugh. It was nice for the convenience of living in the city. You know, everything is close. Everything. Restaurants and stores, shopping, movies, and we were like 10 minutes from the beach. And I mean, it sounds like paradise, right? It was. The convenience was definitely there. But, too busy, too many people, too much crime. And I was aware of all the crime because of my husband's job, and more crime than the average person knows, and horrific crimes that the average person never hears about, believe me. Or they might hear a blurb on the news and then they forget about it, and it's horrible. All right, this one I probably should have cut it a little bit more, but I'm not. Don't stress about it, Mary. It's gonna look fine. It's gonna look good. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Train the spine, right? Where is it? There. I don't like how this is like this. I mean, I think that it's going to be okay when it's dry and when the signatures are in and everything. I think it'll be fine. Just right now, I don't like it. First of all, this is too not straight. So anyway, so I was talking about the sirens. So here where we live out kind of in the country, and we hardly ever hear sirens. Like hardly ever. There's kind of a main road, a half a mile down the road, but it's not that busy. Not like in the city. And they did just build a highway. So you go down this road half a mile, and then you take a right, and about, I don't know, 1/4 of a mile is the entrance ramp to the highway. So maybe it's a half mile, I don't know, 1/4 to a half mile, so it's not far, but it's not a busy highway. I mean, it's, you know, it's an interstate highway, but it's not, because we're rural, most people don't drive it all the way up here. But it takes you all the way down to the cities, an hour and a half away. So it's a convenient highway, even though we didn't want it here. All right, I'm like obsessing over these tiny little pieces here, and I shouldn't be, because I think I'm going to ruin it if I keep messing with it. Something's just not sitting right for me, but I need to let it go. I need to just let this dry and then see what happens. Okay, so there's that one. And there's that one. So there's the two journals that I am now have the covers pretty much done. I'm not sure what other decoration I'm going to put on them. Probably like a label at least. But maybe not a whole lot else. I don't know if I want to put any trim like going around the spine or not. If I do, I'll do it after I sew the signatures in. See, they're flexible, but yet they have a little bit of a spine there. So I like them. I think that they came out pretty good. Tell me what you think. Do you like them? And will they be a good little travel journal to take to Greece and keep all our little goodies and souvenirs and stuff in? I think so. I think so. Well, thank you so much for watching me do this. I hope maybe if you've never tried this before with an Amazon envelope, give it a try. It's really not that difficult. I made it look more difficult than it is probably, but really just get a couple pieces of fabric and an envelope. You don't have to put a spine in it if you don't want to. You can just sew your signatures in the middle and it'll be nice and soft and rounded. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. So just grab those envelopes and some fabric or even paper. I like fabric because it's more flexible, you know. And try it. Try it. It's really fun. The next time I will sew in the signatures. I'm getting the papers together now. I'll sew in the signatures and we will maybe do just very minimal decorating. And these simple journals will be done. Yay. Okay, thank you for watching and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.